On this episode, I talk price per square metre. So have you ever picked up the phone and asked the builder, what do you charge per square metre? Now, today I want to talk about why I have a problem with this and some of the things need to take into consideration when actually asking for the price. So the three things we're going to cover is the design and layout, the materials used, and also the inclusion level. Now, let's just start off with why I have a problem with people actually asking for a price per square metre. Now, realistically, this number that you're going to be given is just going to be an actual made up number. It's not going to be factual, because it's very unlikely you're going to know what the person giving you the price is actually saying. What type of design or layout they're talking about, what type of materials they're using, and what type of inclusion levels. So someone could give you just a random number and you could actually be hoping that you're actually going to get what you want within that price range, when in actual fact, the actual finished product is going to be nothing like that. All right, so let's just get into it here. First thing I want to talk about is the design and layout. Now let's say, for example, you're talking about a simple design and home layout that is just a basic square. Okay, and let's call the square meterage of that 200. Now let's say, for example, you have another design that is really highly architecturally designed and is just not a square box, and it looks something a little like this. Do you get the point? Now let's call that 200 squares. Now, as you can see, I'm sure you can see the actual difference in design and layouts here. Now, something like this is going to become a lot more labor intensive and a lot more time intensive. So then that's why people are going to have to be paid a lot more to actually do this compared to doing this. Using all the ins and outs, all the different angles and all the different room takes the time. So this is why here, when talking about price per square metre, the design does come into play, because something that's going to be the same size will definitely vary because of the layout of the actual home. Next thing we'll talk about is materials used. Now, there are a lot. These days here, there's even more than ever, different types of materials that you can actually build your new home with. You can actually build it out of timber, concrete, bricks, no bricks. How much glass do you want? The list is absolutely endless. So in saying that, the same thing here. If I built this house out of bricks and timber, and then I built this house here out of cladding, but I wanted all this wall to be glass, that's big impact can change the price. So then it just goes back to price per square metre is just literally a made up price. Last thing we'll touch on is inclusions levels. Now, with inclusions level, there's the two different angles we can take here. It's what inclusions do they actually include? And then of those inclusions, what level do they include? So let's say, for example, floor coverings. When someone gives you a price per square metre, do they include floor coverings or do they not include floor coverings? When someone gives you a price per square metre, obviously they're going to include a tap. Now, here's one thing. I can probably get you a $2 tap. Can you see the black okay? I can get you a $20 tap. I can get you a $200 tap. I might be able to get you a $2,000 tap. I don't know about that, I have to find out. But you can see here clearly the difference between the inclusions and how the price can affect it. You might have 6 taps at $20 a tap. You might have 6 taps at $200 a tap. Now, this is not only for taps. This could be for handles. This can be for sinks, appliances, toilets. Everything has a different price range. So that's why it's very confusing when you ask someone, what do you charge per square metre? So I highly recommend not to do it. Now, if you know anyone who's looking around, shopping around and then price, and that you hear them throwing around this this word price per square metre. Now, I've had a lot of people come to me and actually say, you know, my friend's house costs this, my friend's house costs this friend's costs this. So they've taken 3 or 4 friends, they've got the average square metre between all of them, and then they've based their house around that. But they haven't taken into consideration that all these houses are built with different materials, different level of inclusion. So it really makes it a lot more confusing. So I highly recommend not to do it. So if you hear people talking about price per square metre, tag them in the comments below, because they need to watch this video. If you're unsure about anything we talked about in this video, leave me a comment. I'll do my best to answer all your questions. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Bye for now.